Hey DJ, it's me again.
You caught me at a really bad time. Are you still depressed?
More than ever.
Even after all the fun we've had?
Dude, you say this Ranma Saotome has this horrible life, a worse life even than mine. But everything you've said so far has made me more and more envious of this guy. Now, I don't want to be rude, but I'm finding your methods to better my situation poor at best.
I resent that remark, sir. Trust me, you'll be cured by the time we're done today. I'm about to hit you with some major meat and potatoes. This is... Wait for it. Ranma and AKANE'S relationship.
Son Tendo has 3 daughters, Kasumi, Nobiki, and Akane. They lived their lives blissfully unaware of their father's intentions, that one day young Ranma Saotome would be brought into the fold, and one of they would be forced to marry him. In a brief confab, it was decided Akane would be the best choice. Not only were the two the same age, but Akane had a problem with boys in general. Well, what better husband could she find than one who is half girl? Akane, like Ranma, is a very proud martial artist, and up to this point she was doing a fine job on her own representing the Tendo training hall. She is a natural loner, not one to get caught up in the tribulations of loving relationships. Headstrong and goal-oriented, Akane looks to pioneer the training hall, establish herself as its sovereign master, and maybe somewhere down the line fall in love. On her own terms, of course. You could imagine what a letdown it was for she to be saddled with a fiancé she did not want. Ranma, as well, wants little to do with Akane. He had done nothing but train since the moment he came into being, and through harsh parenting and a life of deprivation, fiancés were considered low priority. All that mattered to Ranma was the fight, the ongoing struggle to become stronger, and maybe somewhere along the way, finding a cure for his curse. Ranma and Akane are alike in so many ways, and because of this, they naturally despise one another. The two argue over all things, no matter how trivial, sometimes completely out of Ranma's control, as Akane is extremely hot-headed, and it doesn't take much to raise her ire. The basis of every argument is that Akane overanalyzes Ranma's behavior and makes quick judgments against him, and Ranma, on the flip side, just wants Akane to butt out of his business. Unfortunately for Ranma, he is doomed to lose every argument, as Akane, ever the tomboy, almost always resorts to violence to literally hammer her point, and Akane hits like a drunken truck driver. Not to sound chauvinistic, but the punishment Ranma receives never fits his crimes. What's that? You didn't like the cookies I baked for you? How about I bash in your frickin' skull? Even for the most innocent little things, Ranma has been all but disemboweled by Akane. Needless to say, Ranma has received so many beatings from his fiancée, many times for crimes he did not commit. It has almost become part of his routine. Akane is really a sweet girl at the core, but a lot of times that can be hard to see. Not only is she flinchy, but she is jealous and vindictive. Ranma's good looks and natural charisma have made he the target of many a young woman's love. It's not that Ranma goes out looking to womanize, but he's just dripping with every quality that women look for, much to his chagrin. To the best of his ability, Ranma tries to fight off the hordes of women who try to get a piece of him, but that matters not to Akane. To her, it is always Ranma's fault, and he must be punished accordingly. No matter what the situation, no excuses will be made. Ranma is toast. Their relationship, so toxic. Their chemistry, so broken. And yet, they are plopped together to live under the same roof, to eat together, to train together, to coexist in the same world. It's made things, well, interesting around the Tendo household. But despite the juvenile name-calling, the giant cartoon mallets that come from out of nowhere, and the endless days of non-stop brouhaha, these two share a strong bond that is hard to explain. Ranma has been through his share of wars, all of which have required he to step up his game. It is Akane who is always there by his side, working with him, making him stronger, helping he to find that X factor to defeat his adversary. In the heat of battle, Akane is a most effective corner woman, pointing out to Ranma the holes in his opponent's defenses and mindfully suggesting his next course of action. Their working relationship has been integral to the amount of victories Ranma has most recently racked up. Fighting side by side, however, the results are the exact opposite. Very rarely do Akane and Ranma gel when forced to fight together. They almost instantly turn into two stumbling fools, as much in a battle with one another as with their foe. It is by sheer miracle they have the success rate they do, as these two show no signs of cohesiveness. They just can't put that hatred down, not for a second. The courtship of Ranma Saotome and Akane Tendo is not your typical fairy tale. If their story were a romance novel, it would come off to a bad start. Ranma is to wed Akane whether he likes it or not. The end is the beginning is the end. They all live miserably ever after. End scene. Curtains. But love is a curious little thing. It is the most difficult emotion to convey in words. It has no rhyme, nor reason. Even amidst the most vast, dark abyss, love can find that one spark, that lone fleck of light, and grow until there is darkness no more. Looking at Ranma and Akane, two selfish, impulsive, independent human beings, thrown together against their will, it would seem their malcontent to have no bounds. They would have you believe they have nothing in common, that there is nothing but intense hatred for one another. They would have you believe they are only together because they have to be, because their meddling parents forced them together, because it was written on some stupid piece of paper long, long ago. But was it ever written for Akane and Ranma to support and comfort one another when times are bad? Was Akane ever forced by her father to enjoy her bridal training and take pride in providing for her future husband? Was Ranma ever forced by his father to defend Akane's honor or protect her from harm? All the times they have shared a hearty laugh together, their innate ability to understand one another without words, that they wouldn't think twice before laying their lives on the line for one another. The gifts they have exchanged, the embraces they have shared, that heat-seeking attraction that always ends when two hands touch. Do Ranma and Akane do these things solely because they have to? Of course not. It all came naturally. Naturally. The way love works. Once their chemistry, their compatibility was an empty void, but soon came that spark, that lone fleck of light, and light over time would grow and grow. And though Ranma and Akane would try their damnedest to cover it up, to smother it and put it out, their love is a blazing inferno that cannot and will not be denied! And so, for young Ranma Saotome, age 16, there is a warm, fuzzy ray of happiness awaiting he in the future. All he has to do now is weather the storm. And good luck with that.